My beloved child, come closer. Sit with me for a moment and let your heart be still. I see the urgency in your spirit, the quiet ache you try to hide, the questions you carry into the night when no one else is listening. I am not distant from you. I am not silent because I do not care. I am speaking now, gently but clearly, because you need to hear this with truth and with love. I love you deeply, more deeply than you understand, more faithfully than you imagine, but there is a weight still lingering in this story, and you feel it because you are sensitive to my voice. I know how long you have waited. I know how many times you have prayed the same prayer with different words, hoping this time the answer would arrive quickly. Cleanly, without complication. I know how your heart has tried to be patient, how you have told yourself to trust me even when tears surprised you. I have seen you choose faith on days when doubt felt louder. Do not think for one moment that I have missed any of this. Every sigh, every whispered "God, why?" has reached me. Listen to me carefully now. My love for you is not shallow, and it is not temporary. I do not love you as a second option or a quiet convenience. I love you with intention. I love you with purpose. I love you with a love that does not compete, rush, or manipulate. But there are bonds that are not broken by distance alone, and there are hearts that do not release what they are afraid to lose. She has not let him go yet, and that matters, not because you are less, but because I am a God of truth, not illusion. You have felt the tension, haven't you? That strange space where love feels present but incomplete, where words sound sincere but actions remain delayed. You have wondered if you imagined it, if you misunderstood me, if perhaps you heard my voice through your own longing. My child, do not condemn yourself for hoping. Hope is not your enemy. But hope must be anchored in truth, or it becomes a weight instead of a wing. I need you to understand something important. I do not rush hearts that are still divided. I do not force endings that people refuse to face. I do not build new foundations on unresolved ground. This is not punishment. This is protection. You are precious to me, and I will not hand you a love that still belongs to confusion. I will not ask you to compete with a memory, a bond, or a lingering attachment. You were never created to fight for a place that should be freely given. You wonder why it hurts if I am involved. You wonder why love feels tangled if I am love itself. Hear me now, pain does not always mean absence. Sometimes pain is the signal that something is unfinished, not untrue. What you feel is real, but it is not ready. And readiness matters to me because I care about your peace, not just your passion. I see her hold. I see her fear. I see the way she clings not only to him, but to what he represented in her life: familiarity, history, a sense of control. Letting go is terrifying for those who do not know who they are without what they have held. I am working there too, even if you cannot see it. But my work is patient, and it respects human choice. I do not break people to free others. I heal in time, in truth, and in willingness. I know you are tempted to step in, to explain yourself, to prove your worth, to show how deeply you can love. But my beloved, you do not need to audition for what I have prepared for you. You do not need to convince anyone to choose you. Love that requires constant explanation will exhaust your soul. Love that is from me will recognize you without persuasion. Let me speak to the part of you that feels urgent, the part that wants clarity now, the part that is tired of waiting. I am not asking you to wait without purpose. I am asking you to wait with me. There is a difference. Waiting with me does not mean freezing your life or shrinking your joy. It means staying aligned with truth while I untangle what you cannot touch. Do not measure my love by timing. Do not measure your value by someone else's readiness. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being replaced. I am preparing you in ways you cannot yet see, strengthening your discernment, deepening your self-respect, teaching you how to recognize peace instead of chasing intensity. I know you replay conversations. I know you analyze silence. I know you ask yourself if one more prayer, one more sacrifice, one more act of patience will change everything. My child, love is not earned through suffering. I never asked you to bleed to be chosen. I asked you to trust me enough to let me lead, even when the path bends away from what you expected. There is something sacred happening inside you right now. You are learning to listen not just to my promises, but to my boundaries. You are learning that my not yet is not rejection, and my wait is not abandonment. I am guarding your heart even when it feels like delay. I am standing between you and future regret, even when it feels like unanswered prayer. You ask me, God, if He loves me, why hasn't this resolved? And I answer you with tenderness, because love that is still divided cannot yet be delivered whole. I care about wholeness. I care about alignment. I care about a love that does not pull you into comparison or insecurity. I care about your nights being peaceful, not restless. I care about your joy being steady, not fragile. Do not despise this moment of clarity. It is a gift, even though it stings. Many walk into situations blinded by hope and only discover the truth after deep wounds. I am allowing you to see now so you can choose wisely. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am asking you to strengthen it. Let me tell you who you are to me. You are not a backup plan. You are not a secret. You are not someone who must wait in the shadows while someone else decides. You are my beloved. You are seen. You are cherished. You are worthy of a love that is brave enough to stand fully in the light. If He is meant to walk with you, I will resolve what is unresolved. Not halfway. Not vaguely. Completely. You will not have to guess. You will not have to compete. You will not have to wonder where you stand. Until then, I ask you to trust my restraint as much as you trust my power. This urgency you feel is not to push the situation, it is to pull you closer to me. It is to remind you that your heart matters. It is to awaken you to the truth that you deserve clarity. Not confusion dressed as destiny. Stay open, but stay grounded. Love freely, but love wisely. Pray, but do not panic. I am still God. I am still good. And I am still writing your story with care. I am with you in the waiting. I am with you in the ache. I am with you in the questions. And I promise you this, I will not let what is unfinished harm what is holy in you. My beloved, I am still here with you. Do not pull away just because the truth felt heavy. Let me keep speaking, because there is more you need to hear, and it comes not to wound you, but to steady you. I know when silence stretches, your mind fills the gaps. I know how easily you blame yourself, wondering if you were too much or not enough. Hear me clearly now, this situation is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of unfinished surrender in another heart. I see how carefully you have loved. I see how you restrained your words, softened your expectations, and adjusted your hopes so no one else would feel pressured. You have tried to be understanding, patient, spiritual, strong. But my child, patience does not mean self-erasure. Understanding does not mean enduring confusion indefinitely. I never asked you to disappear so someone else could slowly decide. You feel torn because part of you senses my promise, and another part feels the resistance around it. That tension is not accidental. It is my spirit alerting you to stay awake, not to sleepwalk into something unresolved. I am not scolding you. I am guiding you. Let me tell you what I am doing beneath the surface. While you wait, I am refining your discernment. I am teaching you the difference between emotional attachment and spiritual alignment. I am showing you that chemistry alone cannot sustain covenant. And desire alone cannot replace decision. You are learning, even now, how to recognize when love is present but not positioned to move forward. There are things you would overlook if this came easily. There are questions you would never ask if this resolved too quickly. But I love you too much to allow temporary passion to blind you to long-term cost. I see where roads lead long before feet step onto them. Trust that when I slow something down, it is because I see more than you can. You wonder if stepping back means giving up. No, my beloved. Sometimes stepping back is the bravest form of faith. It is saying, God, I trust you enough to not force what you have not finished. It is releasing control without releasing hope. It is choosing peace over pressure. I know you fear that if you do not hold on tightly, everything will slip away. But hear this truth: what is truly meant for you will not require constant fear to sustain it. It will not demand that you sacrifice your emotional safety to keep it alive. What comes from me is held by me, not by your anxiety. Let me speak directly to your heart about her. You are not in competition, even though it feels that way. Love is not a contest I ask my children to win. Her inability to let go is about her own wounds, her own history, her own unresolved fears. Do not take responsibility for what you did not create. Do not internalize what you were never meant to carry. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to desire clarity. You are allowed to pray for resolution. Wanting a love that is free and fully present does not make you demanding, it makes you honest. I honor honesty. I cannot bless denial. If you feel tired, rest. If you feel confused, pause. You do not need to make dramatic declarations or rush decisions. Simply stay aligned with truth. Stay close to me. Let your actions match your self-respect. Let your prayers be surrendered, not desperate. I am shaping your heart into one that recognizes peace as confirmation. I am teaching you that love should feel safe, not constantly uncertain. I am reminding you that you were created to be chosen freely. Not slowly, not reluctantly, not conditionally. There will come a moment, whether sooner or later, when what is hidden becomes clear. Either bonds will break cleanly, or you will see that this path is not meant to continue. And when that moment comes, you will not be shattered. You will be strengthened, because you stayed with me instead of fighting me. Do not rush ahead of my timing, and do not lag behind my truth. Walk with me in the middle. Let me be your anchor while everything else feels unsettled. I am not finished speaking to you. I am not finished working. And I am certainly not finished loving you, my beloved. Breathe with me again. Let the weight in your chest loosen just a little as you listen. I know the waiting has begun to feel personal, as if time itself is testing you. But I need you to understand something gently and clearly. I am not watching from a distance to see how long you can endure. I am walking beside you, matching my pace to your heart, steadying you when your strength dips. You have wondered in quiet moments if loving like this makes you weak. You have questioned whether your tenderness is a flaw in a world that seems to reward detachment. Let me correct that thought right now. Your ability to love deeply is not a weakness, it is a gift. But every gift needs wisdom to guide it, or it will be misused by situations that cannot honor it. I see the way you hope even when logic tells you to guard yourself. I see the way you still imagine conversations resolving, doors opening, clarity arriving suddenly like morning light. Hope is beautiful, but hope must walk hand in hand with truth. When hope runs ahead alone, it stumbles into disappointment. I am teaching you to let them walk together. There is a reason your spirit has felt restless lately. It is not because you are doing something wrong. It is because your soul recognizes that love cannot thrive in divided ground. You were created for wholeness, not half commitments. Your heart was designed to rest, not to remain on alert. You keep asking me, God, what am I supposed to do right now? And my answer is softer than you expect, yet firmer than you realize. Remain aligned with who you are becoming. Do not shrink. Do not chase. Do not harden. Simply stand in truth. Let your yes mean yes. Let your boundaries speak without anger. Let your peace be your compass. I know you fear that setting emotional boundaries might make you seem distant or cold. But boundaries are not walls, they are doors placed with intention. They protect what is sacred inside you. They allow love to approach rightly, not recklessly. Anyone who is meant to love you will respect them, not resent them. My child, I am also healing you from a pattern you may not have named yet, the habit of waiting for someone else to finish healing before you allow yourself to fully live. You have paused parts of your joy. Delayed parts of your growth, as if happiness must be postponed until this resolves. But your life is not on hold. Your calling is not suspended. Your future is not frozen. Do not stop blooming because someone else is still tangled in yesterday. Do not dim your light to make uncertainty feel more comfortable. You honor me when you continue to grow, even in the middle of unanswered questions. I want you to notice something. Even in this uncertainty, you are stronger than you were before. You are more aware, more discerning, more rooted in me. This is not wasted time. This is preparation. This is refinement. This is me teaching you to recognize the difference between longing and leading. You may be tempted to ask me for signs, confirmations, timelines. But the greatest confirmation I am giving you right now is peace when you choose truth, and discomfort when you lean into illusion. Pay attention to that. I speak through peace more often than through dramatic moments. If the day comes when she releases him fully, it will be unmistakable. There will be clarity, not confusion. Freedom, not tension. Courage, not hesitation. And if that day does not come, I will not leave you empty-handed. I will redirect you with grace, not shame. I will lead you toward a love that meets you whole, not halfway. I need you to trust me enough to believe that I can write a better story than the one you are trying to protect. I need you to believe that letting go of control does not mean losing love. It means making room for the right expression of it. You are not being tested to see how much pain you can tolerate. You are being taught how to choose alignment over attachment, truth over fantasy, peace over pressure. This lesson will serve you far beyond this moment. Stay soft, but stay strong. Stay open, but stay anchored. Stay hopeful, but stay honest. I am with you in every breath, every thought, every quiet tear. And I am gently leading you toward a future where love does not hesitate to choose you. My beloved, let me draw you even closer now. There are things I want to whisper to the deepest part of you, the place that feels tired of being strong, the place that still loves quietly even when it pretends it doesn't. I know you sometimes wake up with a heaviness you cannot explain, and other times you feel strangely calm and wonder if that calm means you are letting go. Do not be afraid of that calm. Peace is not loss. Peace is alignment. You have been afraid that if you stop feeling the ache, you might be giving up on what I promised. But listen to me carefully. When I am at work, I often replace anguish with assurance before anything outward changes. That is my mercy. I do not want your heart bleeding while I am still healing the situation. I want you steady. I want you whole. You are learning something sacred right now, that love does not always mean holding tighter. Sometimes love means loosening your grip so you do not strangle your own peace. You can care without clinging. You can hope without hurting yourself. You can trust me without tormenting your mind with endless what-ifs. I know you replay the moments that felt genuine. The words that sounded sincere. The connection that felt rare. Those were not imagined. I am not denying what was real. But real moments do not always equal ready futures. And I am the God of futures, not just moments. Let me speak truth into your fear of being forgotten. You worry that if you step back emotionally, someone else might step in and take your place. My child, what is truly meant for you cannot be stolen by timing or by another person's interference. I am not careless with destinies. I do not misplace my children. If something slips away the moment you stop striving, it was never being held by me in the first place. You are beginning to understand that love should not feel like constant vigilance. It should not require you to monitor tone, silence, or distance just to feel secure. That awareness is not hardening your heart, it is maturing it. I am raising you into discernment, not cynicism. I see you questioning your prayers lately. Wondering if you prayed wrongly, believed wrongly, trusted wrongly. No, my beloved. Your prayers reached me exactly as they were, raw, imperfect, human. I answer prayers in layers, not always in conclusions. Sometimes the first answer is clarity. Sometimes it is strength. Sometimes it is redirection. All of it is love. Do not rush to label this season as loss. Some things are not being taken from you, they are being clarified for you. I am removing illusions gently so they do not shatter you later. I am giving you sight now because you are strong enough to handle it. You are not meant to be anyone's unresolved chapter. You are not meant to live in the margins of someone else's hesitation. You are meant to be met with certainty. With courage, with a love that does not look back while holding your hand. I know part of you still asks, God, will this ever make sense? Yes. Maybe not all at once. Maybe not the way you expect. But one day you will look back and realize this moment taught you how to choose yourself without guilt, how to trust me without panic, how to love without losing your center. If you feel your heart slowly detaching, do not condemn it. That may be me easing you into freedom, not pulling you away from purpose. I do not tear hearts loose abruptly when they have loved sincerely. I untangle them with care. Continue to speak to me honestly. Do not hide your disappointment. Do not pretend you are stronger than you are. I can hold your grief and your hope at the same time. Nothing about you overwhelms me. Remember this, you are not waiting for someone to choose you. You are waiting for alignment. And alignment always arrives with peace, never with pressure. Stay close to me. Let me finish what I have started in you. There is a love ahead that will not confuse you, a future that will not exhaust you, and a joy that will not ask you to shrink. I am still with you. I am still speaking. And I am still leading you, gently, faithfully, and with great love. My beloved, come and rest here with me now. Let this be the place where your heart finally exhales. You have listened, you have carried, you have waited. And you have stayed soft even when it would have been easier to close yourself off. I see that. I honor that. And I want to finish this word by placing something steady and unshakable inside you. You have reached a turning point, not one marked by loud change, but by quiet certainty. The kind that settles deep and does not need to announce itself. This is where you stop questioning your sensitivity and start trusting your discernment. This is where you stop asking if you are allowed to want more and begin knowing that you were created for more. I want you to hear this clearly, without fear distorting it. My love for you has never been threatened by another person's inability to let go. My plan for you has never been delayed by someone else's hesitation. What I have spoken over your life stands firm, untouched by confusion, untouched by comparison, untouched by time. You were never meant to be held in suspense. You were never meant to live in emotional limbo, wondering when someone else would be ready to choose fully. That season was not meant to last forever, and it is not a reflection of your destiny. It was a lesson in discernment, in self-worth, in learning to trust my peace more than your longing. You have grown. Even if you do not feel it every day, you have grown. You now recognize when love feels heavy instead of free. You now sense when something requires too much striving to stay alive. You now understand that real love does not ask you to betray yourself to sustain it. I know there is still tenderness in you. I know there is still a part of your heart that hopes for resolution, for release, for everything to make sense in a clean and gentle way. That tenderness is not a liability, it is a sign that your heart is healthy. Do not rush to harden it. Let me protect it instead. As this chapter closes, I want you to let go of one final burden, the belief that you must understand everything to move forward. You do not need full explanations to have full peace. You only need alignment with me. When your spirit is aligned, clarity will come when it is needed, and not a moment later. I am calling you into a season where your peace will no longer depend on someone else's decisions. Where your joy will not rise and fall with someone else's availability. Where your worth will feel settled, not debated. This is not you becoming distant. This is you becoming grounded. If what you hoped for returns to you freely and fully healed, you will recognize it by the absence of fear. If it does not, you will recognize my redirection by the presence of peace. Either way, you will not be left empty. I do not close doors without opening something truer. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not losing anything meant for you. What is leaving was never able to stay whole. What is coming will not require you to beg, wait in uncertainty, or question your place. Walk forward now, not in bitterness, not in regret, but in trust. Carry the lessons, not the weight. Carry the love, not the confusion. Carry my voice louder than every doubt that tried to take root. I am proud of you. Not for how long you waited, but for how faithfully you listened. Not for how much you endured, but for how gently you are learning to choose peace. Go on now. Live. Breathe. Grow. Love again when the time is right. I am ahead of you, beside you, and within you, and remember this always: you were never an option. You were always my beloved.